What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. You see I got a little fresh cut, got a little fresh cut going on, nothing too small, not something slight. But anyways, we're back with the weekend league recaps. This is going to be, instead of labeling it by games, I'm going to label it part 1, 2, 3, however many I decide to do. As you can see, the team has changed a lot. We have the Blitzmaster Tyreek Hill. This is the first time you guys are seeing him on my team. As you can see, 97 speed, 99 deep route running, probably the best wide receiver in the game, I should say. He will be taking DK Metcalf's spot, so which brings us to a 94 overall, which is pretty good. And I know you guys probably peeped it as well. We did switch our quarterback away from Brett Favre to Dante Culpepper. Thick thighs Dante Culpepper, so he's basically Favre with feet. So, and his release is actually really nice. So that's the one thing I was worried with this card was the release, but it's fine. Okay, it's fine. So here on to the defense, we have Warren Sapp, one of the newest 50 cards, along with Night Train Lane. I don't think you guys saw him either, as well as Sam Mills. We got him to a 96 overall, even though he doesn't see the field because linebackers do not jump. So moving on, and then you see we got a kicker. We got the kicker, man. But this is the big upgrade for me. Jeremy Chin, he got Team of the Week a couple weeks ago, or not this week, but last week, for his 2 straight fumble recoveries for touchdowns, led him to get the Team of the Week hero. As you can see, he will be replacing Isaiah Simmons. So we're losing like an inch of height, but it really doesn't matter because the speed, hit power, pursuit, zone, man, all that stuff is pretty much better, like way better. So that is what the team is and what it's looking like. We're still running the same offense and defense. If you guys like this series, make sure you let me know in the comments below, leave a like, and without further ado, let's get into the recaps, boys. Now heading into game number 2, actually, because my first game didn't get recorded. It was a quick win. I thought I recorded it, but when I went to hit save, it didn't save. So this is technically game number 2, but starting off 2nd and 6, we get our opponent into a throw out of sack, and DRC is right there to take the ball away from him. As we try to weave by, bob and weave, we eventually get knocked out of bounds. And here we're seeing audibling down to I-form close stretch. I was using this offense and utilizing the ability to audible down a lot more this week, as I face a lot more light boxes than usual. So people run dollar on me, man. I tell you, I'll run the ball down your throat. Pause. So he hits Herschel Walker out of the flats because that was my man. I forgot to follow him, so he gets a big gain down inside the 15 and 20 yard line. Where 1st and 10, he rolls around, he's looking for somebody, and Night Train Lane is there. Give him a little stop and go, and that one was dirty. Okay, unfortunately we couldn't take it all the way back for a touchdown, but we're up 7-0 nonetheless. Brings us to a 1st and 10, rolling out with Dante Culpepper. We throw a stupid pass which gets tipped to Will Fuller, I think is his name. Not Will Fuller, that's the wide receiver. Kendall Fuller, the defensive back. So we get him to a 3rd and 15. He takes a big, well, he didn't take a sack, but we forced a throwaway to bring us to 2nd and 10 on our drive. So he punted us the ball. We float it to Chad Johnson, who makes a nice grab over the defensive back, takes us across midfield. And here we have a glitchy little route combination. That little stop and go route that was so good at the beginning of the year is good once again because Tyreek Hill is running that route. So he toasted him for a touchdown to put us up 14-3. Brings our opponent to a 4th and 9. He's trying to find somebody open. He's running around. He's rolling around. He's trying to look for somebody. We get a big sack, pause for the takedown. Gives us the ball inside the 10 yard line. Rolling out 1st and goal, and he throws it right to DRC once again, man. DRC is still one of the best corners in the game. Give him a little ugly stop and go. Give him a little slow one. So yeah, score still 14-3. He decides to take his exit with 2 minutes left in the game. Very good defensive performance by us, I should say. So, we're starting off 2-0 because we didn't record. We forgot to save the next game. Now, this game is a close game. This is probably one of my closer games of the weekend. He throws the wheel route to Saquon and jukes by me and gets a nice gain of about 15. It brings him to a 4th and 2. He checks it down even though I had hard flats, and Chase Claypool stiff arms his way down the sideline to get a nice gain for him. So big conversion by my opponent. And DRC is just balling out in the end zone, man. Give him a little stop and go. That was an ugly one once again. Give him a little ugly one again. And I don't know why my stop and goes were so ugly there. But anyways, brings us to a 4th and 6. Yeah, I should have just checked it down because the flats were open to the tight end, but Chad Johnson comes up with a huge catch. So we finish it off on the RPO, give it to Chad once again, and he gets us in the end zone for the touchdown to give us a 7-0 lead. And this guy, man, he was an expert at just waiting for people to get open, bro. I don't know if it was just because I was rushing 2 or 3 or what, but it seemed like he had forever in the pocket. And he found Marvin Harrison for a huge gain, and then he just pounds it in with Saquon Barkley. So here you're seeing me audible down to weak close flex, and we're going to he's in cover 3, so we put our tight end on a corner route, just like I broke down in the second episode of the ebook. Check it down to Raheem Mostert because the flats were open, and we get a nice gain, giving him some different looks. And we get all the way into the red zone against cover 3 again on 3rd and 9. So I knew the seam to the tight end would be open. We fit the pass in very nicely and score, put us up 14-7 in the 4th quarter. So my opponent was really good at running bunch too, but his bunch was different than mine. His idea of bunch was just waiting around all day, waiting for somebody to break the coverage and get open. And Marvin Harrison again, I'm like, what the heck, bro? What do I have to do? I had QB contains and everything that just decided not to work. So, you know, that sucks. He tied it back up off a BS play, off a broken play, I should say. So here he came out in dollar, so we audible down and ran dive down his throat. So brings us to a 2nd and 10, and I wasn't real confident in Raheem Mostert making this catch, but he made the catch for me. I was running 2-by-2 personnel, so he was still in there. And here we roll out on 3rd and 5, avoid the pressure, and find Chad Johnson in the end zone. So we take the lead once again. But I feel like this guy, I just felt like some BS was going to happen to get him into field goal range or in the red zone. So of course on cue that play happens. 1st and 10, he checks it down to Waller in the flats. 40 seconds left. We get him to a 3rd and 2, and see right here we could have had our interception. We could have had our interception and possibly a pick 6, but no, the game's like, nah, you can't get that. Okay, and then he checks it down. I'll leave the flats open, so he makes me pay for it. 1st and goal with 14 seconds left. I was playing underneath coverage. I don't know how he saw this, and out of all those bodies, but he found Claypool in the back of the end zone. And what does this dude decide to do? This cocky son of a gun, he decides to go for 2. And what does he do? He just waltzes in with Saquon. So I was like, whoa, hold up. You know, if that was me, that wouldn't have worked. So on 1st and 10, I'm trying to get in field goal range, and then he user rushes me with Troy Polamalu. I'm like, hold up, we about to look at this replay. Okay, how does that tackle not pick him up, bro? I'm just like, man, can I not catch a break? It was a good idea, bro. I mean, he obviously had done that before. So anyways, we take our first L of the weekend, fall to 2-1. Now we hold our opponent to a 4th and 12 in our in this 3rd game, I believe. So 4th and 12, he chucks it up, and we swat the pass away. That pass had no chance of getting completed. Brings us to a 3rd and 3. We check it down to Reggie Bush and get a block from our tight end and Wallace into the end zone to bring us up 7-0. So now this one right here, man, this was my play of the weekend, hands down. Ed Reed gets the interception on the return. Give him a stop and go, but I did not expect to stop and go his entire team, bro. Oh my God, is my stick nice? Pause. Okay, we take it all the way back for a touchdown. Ed Reed on the stop and go. That was sick, boys. That was sick. 1st and 10. We have a 14-0 lead, and I guess I had him so spooked and shook that he threw it right to me again, man. DRC with his 3rd interception or 4th interception of this game, bro. I think my defense is pretty nice, boys. Or either that, or the people I'm playing just suck. It's probably the second. It's probably the second one, okay? It's probably the second one. So, heading into our 4th game of the weekend against Sirius 35. So, he wasn't too serious about stopping my runs. So, he wanted to come out and dollar every play. So, here we go, 3rd and 8. confident in calling a run play because of the light box, and Reggie Bush takes it up the middle and breaks a tackle and gets taken down by Deion Sanders. Here we try to throw the RPO, and then he tackles us just short, holds us to 3 points, so we have to take our 3. So we're up 3-0, 1st and 10 for my opponent. And he hits me with a deep crossing route, so I had a 20-yard flat, but obviously that was way more than 20 yards, so adjusted accordingly. We hold him to a 3rd and goal, get a stop, and he forced him to take 3 as well. Here, I thought he had it was man coverage, there was no safety help, but obviously it wasn't, and we throw it right to Dante Jackson for the interception. So giving him the ball right back gives him a lot of momentum. And then here he decides, okay, even though I had my corners deep half, he hit me with a cover 3 beater still. I was like, man, what kind of crack is this guy smoking throwing that pass? But I guess it worked out for him. So 3rd and 19, we're rolling out. We take a safety, and unfortunately something happened. An earthquake hit my house, man. Would you believe that? An earthquake hit my house, and it gave us the loss, man. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately that couldn't help. You can never help it when earthquakes hit your house, man, bro. I swear, the earthquake came out of nowhere. Okay, I totally wasn't expecting it. So, anyways, we take our we start out 2-2 on the weekend, or is it 4-2? I'm not sure. I think we went over 4 games. So yeah, we're 2-2 on the season, or not the season. What am I saying? We're 2-2 in weekend league so far, so kind of split it 50-50. I didn't really like starting 2-2. Usually want to win your first 5 games because they're typically the easiest, but I guess not in my case. So yeah, I mean, Tyreek Hill, he's a beast, man. He's definitely staying on the team permanently, and when DK Metcalf gets a new card, he will return to the lineup. As you see, he's still in the lineup, but he's just not starting. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. I think I'm going to do 2 or 3 recap videos this week. I'm not going to go full heavy on it because I didn't really finish all my games. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoyed the recaps, hit a like and subscribe. The 3rd part of the ebook will be out pretty soon, sometime this week, so you guys can expect that as well. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Peace.